was that like playing against Victor?
It's fun, man. The kid he's obviously very talented, but I mean he's every bit of special talent and individual. He just takes up so much space on the floor with his length. He's tall, man. He's tall. He's a tall kid.
You also see like the highlights, the obvious ways he can affect the game. But until you get on the court, are there more nuanced ways that you see him kind of change the way you have to run offense? Like is it help side, him just waiting and help? Like, are there things that until you're actually playing, you're like, oh, that length's a different thing, a different problem?
Yeah, I mean, there was just times throughout the game. I think he got like a deflection on Russ, not even guarding Russ, but just back tip. There's just certain plays that stand out where, you're like, wow, only two guys maybe in the league that can do that. Yeah, I mean, a guy like him, you got to try as much as possible to keep him out as you can. He makes the game difficult. He's definitely a guy that you got to plan for with the length that he has.
I know Friday was only the second game of the year, so long ago, but that loss was with you guys, leave you guys wanting to come out tonight with the answer the first 7 minutes, which you guys really took control with?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You want to bounce back that way. I thought for what it was, we played great in Utah. We lost the game on, cleaned up things that we know we got to get better at. But I thought overall we played a pretty good game. But that's the way you want to approach after a loss, coming back on our home floor, establish who we are early.
When you look at the film from the Utah game, the 33-8 second chance points kind of staggering. When you watch the film, you watch the game back, what are you kind of noticing that allowed that kind of thing to happen?
We were just out of position on rebounding and just effort to rebound. I thought that was just the two areas that we should have been better at. Especially we're small. We know we got to be more scrappy and really box guys out. We didn't do that on more occasions than not.
Your shot profile so far this year has been a lot of paint, mid-range paint and three-point. You've got some mid-range as well in there as well. I'm guessing, is that by design? Is that just you kind of taking what you're given? How are you kind of approaching that offensive game so far?
Yeah, it's always take what I get. Whatever the defense shows me, that's what I'm going to go take.
Knowing how competitive Russ is, how hard do you think he took that Utah loss, especially the way it ended in his hands?
Yeah, knowing Russ, man, he, I know Russ, being around Russ now, multiple seasons. I know when he's kind of putting it on himself. I know he's a guy that really owns up for whatever it is, and it was wearing on him. So I knew, all right, he means business from this point on. It's the way he approached practice, the way he approached his game tonight. I'm the guy that always gonna have Russ back. I thought Russ played great in Utah. For whatever reason, he took it upon himself. But I thought Russ played great. Definitely thought it was more of an intensity tonight.
When he gets down like that on himself, is he approachable? Can you talk to him?
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta let people be them, and you gotta let people, digest things the way they're comfortable digesting things. And again, I got a great chemistry with him. I know Russ, so I know how he's going to approach stuff and how he's going to get through stuff. So I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried one bit. I know he was going to come back and set the tone for us, which he did.
The last two home games, you've had a 30-point lead and a 40-point lead. We haven't seen you guys play with like that type of aggression to start the season in a while. Like, has that been something that's been a point of emphasis for y'all this year?
I just think that's just who we always should have been with the defense that we have on this team. We should have always been a team that played and established that intensity from jump. So that's just how we got to play. That's who we got to be. We got the personnel for it. And so I think more so at home we've been showing that. We got to showcase that on the road.
All right, last question. You 7 minutes to get 5 steals tonight. I know Utah. You said that you were coming with a different mindset. That's where the free throw came from. There, is that a different mindset? Lead you to target things defensively too that you thought you could change this year or improve? Just get back to focusing more on to create nights like this.
Well, it's just feeling better. It's being healthy. And my assignment is to guard the best player. And so I'm not going to let the best player get comfortable. So that's just aggression come out, make it like hell for whoever the best player that I'm matched up with. And try to create extra possessions.
All right, you guys, thank you.
Thank you. Thought you were gonna get tripled up.
Let's get ready for Hoop Jab.